Okay, so here we're going to evaluate the derivative of the function p of t when t is equal to 1/4. So p prime indicates, the p prime here indicates that we are going to differentiate. And we differentiate first, and then we're going to put in 1/4, okay? So let's do that. And if you look at this, you can see that t is involved in this twice. There's a t here and another t over here. There's no addition or subtraction between those two terms. So this is going to be a product rule problem. Okay, so it's product rule because t features twice here within a single term. So our u is going to be 7t minus 3, and v will be sine of 4t minus 1. Okay, so u prime is straightforward enough, is going to be 7. But v prime, a little bit trickier. Differentiate sine, you get cosine of whatever follows, so cosine of 4t minus 1, and then you multiply by the derivative of the argument. So differentiate 4t minus 1, and if you differentiate 4t, you get 4. Differentiate -1, it just disappears. So if it makes it easier for you, we generally move the 4, the number, in front of the trig function. It doesn't make a whole lot of difference, but it's better to do it than not do it. So we're going to now have p prime of t. Okay, if you remember what the product rule says, it's the first by the derivative of the second. So 7t minus 3 times 4 cosine 4t minus 1. And since you're multiplying by the 7t minus 3, you have to keep that in parentheses. The 7t minus 3 has to be in parentheses. Okay, plus the second, which would be sine of 4t minus 1 by u prime, which is 7. So just write down the 7 first. So 7 times sine of 4t minus 1. Okay, right, this is where we plug in the 1/4 for t. So we substitute in p prime of 1/4 is now going to be 7 times 1 over 4 minus 3 by 4 times the cosine of 4 times 1/4 minus 1 plus 7 times the sine of 4 times 1/4 minus 1. Well, this will be 7 times 1/4 is 7 over 4. 7 over 4 minus 3 would be, 3 is 12 over 4, so 7 over 4 minus 12 over 4, that would be minus 5 over 4, because it's 7 minus 12, so 7, negative 5 over 4 times 4, times the cosine of 4 times 1/4 is 1 minus 1, plus 7 times the sine of 4 times 1/4 is 1 minus 1. This one starts to break down now because the 4's will cancel. So you end up with being negative 5 times the cosine of 0 plus 7 times the sine of 0. Well, the cosine of 0 is 1, so it's negative 5 times 1 plus 7 times the sine of 0 is 0. So it's just going to be negative 5. So p prime of 1/4 is equal to negative 5. Okay, and there's that problem.